My name is Kiragu. I'm one of the directors of Cleo Nature. Cleo Nature started initially with us trying to solve a problem for our son who had eczema. We had tried almost everything in the markets, seen all the doctors, and one night he cried a lot, and I decided to do some research about eczema, because I'll be honest also, I had not learned a lot about eczema despite him having the condition. Then I just stumbled upon a lot of articles about goat milk and goat milk soap and how important goat milk is and how good it is for that. So we just started by making a few. I started by maybe in like 2 weeks. I'd organized myself after I read about it. I started making 1-2 batches. I think I'll make 1 batch for the whole month. And then of course, with time, my friends will come and find me making. Their kids have had the same problem. I would give them to try, and it worked, and it was working very well on our son. It worked well on their sons. And my friends suggested, this can become a business. And so Cleo Nature was born. One, of course, is distribution and marketing, because distribution, of course, as you are doing production and selling to most people in the supply chain, most of them you have to supply on credit, which means, of course, they're holding your money. At any one time, you've got so much stock out there that you have not been paid for. Of course, at the same time, when you sell on credit, your VAT becomes due at immediately you supply. So if you're being paid within 90 days, that month you've supplied, you better have the 17% or the 16% of VAT for it, and a few of the other small charges. I can say that's a major challenge in terms of being able to balance how much stock one has out and how much credit you can give and how much credit you can give in terms of supply. The other thing I can say is, of course, with the drought, because we use coconut oil a lot in our soaps. Of course, with the drought, there was a shortage of coconut oil. It was surprising because I never thought things like coconuts are affected by drought, because they're by the sea, they're by the ocean. But that has been a challenge which we are hoping, since the rains have come, hopefully the shortage will end. The part for the whole supply chain and meeting the bridge between supplying on credit and being paid and so on, probably is just either there be more. There's actually very little invoice discounting within the country, actually. There are people who do it, but apparently these days very many banks don't do it like they used to in the past, which is quite important. If not, is probably production financing, because they will both just about do the same thing. Yeah, so such things will do it, and at affordable rates, because of course there are people who do invoice discounting, but some are fair, but majority are not quite. Majority are quite high on the interest rate part. Yeah. I would say yes, the market is huge. I think people are just becoming aware about the need and how good natural products are for the skin and so on, and for their just overall health. So I would say there's still a lot of space kept despite the challenges which are there. I think the Africa Continental Free Trade Area is an idea whose time is the right time for the idea. Especially, I can say that because, especially like now, because the internet is allowing us to reach everybody. We are able to market probably through Facebook or through Google Ads, and I think like last week we just did an order to Juba, and that came through online. We have done a couple of them to Tanzania and Uganda. So I think the idea, the time is just right. The logistics are flowing, because it looks like of late sending something to Juba was much more easier than I thought. Actually, I thought it would be much more complicated and much more expensive, but it wasn't that expensive. So I can say it's an idea whose time has come, and I think with the internet and the logistics of transport, I think it will be quite easy to make it into one. It will be easy for us to trade across. I think the initiative is good because, first of all, as I said, marketing is one of the biggest challenges which we have as SMEs. And creating the platform where people who have got interest in Made in Africa products can come to one place, a one-stop shop, and see very many different things. I think it's a good initiative, because actually, if we all tried to do it individually to try and reach these people, it doesn't matter from what level of services or what kind of buyers they are. If they all tried to reach us individually, actually it will take them a lot of effort, and it will take us just as much effort to try and get to them. So I think the service you are providing is quite good, and actually it makes some of our work much more easier. Yeah.